If you're watching this video, you probably have the same problem. Every morning you open your Gmail, there's a 40, 50, or sometimes 60 emails waiting, and you know the most of them don't need you, but your brain doesn't know which one until you actually look at them. Newsletter, platform alerts, error alerts, Stripe receipt, cold pitches, and buried in there. Usually 3 to 4 emails only that actually need a reply or need you to take action on something. The process of scanning and deciding it takes 15 to 20 minutes every morning for you, every single day, and your brain doing is all by the filtering. That's the text. That's what we are going to eliminate today. So we are going to build a email triage skill that help us to fix this problem. First, you need to go to your Claude Cowork, and we have it here. And first, you need to connect your connector for Gmail. So you need to click on connector, and for this, we don't need Claude in Chrome connector. We don't need this one. So only thing we need is connect our Gmail. So Cover can go to our Gmail and read the emails, right? So first you need to just connect your Gmail here. Search my Gmail for emails from the last 3 hours, right? So it just go to your Gmail account and look for the email that you receive in the last 3 hours and you listing down here. I am going to run this raw, no filtering, no skill yet, just Claude pulling my inbox, right? We don't add any skill or anything. That's the before. Every email, no filter. This is what we are starting with. So we have our email here, but now we need to add some decision point, add some logic here, and define our logic and rules. Then we can go and build our skills. So let me show you here. So this is the hardest step because a lot of people skip to defining their rules and their logic because to you can easily make a skill by just talking with co-work or just answer or just tell him what need to do, but you are building this for your own, so you need to define your own decision rules and logic. So here are 4 questions that you need to ask every time whenever you build a skill. First, for this particular use case, is someone waiting for your reply, right? Not a broadcast email sent to 500 people, someone personally waiting for me. So, this is the rule number one that you needed. Second is, do I need to take a specific action? You need to sign a document, approve any process, meet a deadline, right? So, platform error don't count here. I monitor those through other channels. Was I waiting for this response? Right? It's a reply in a thread I started, a government office confirming my application, a client answering a question I asked, close and open loop, right? And fourth rule that I defined here, is it a business development email, proposal, new clients, conversations, pipeline activity, even I am just CC'd, I want visibility into that, right? So these are the 4 things that we need when I working and building my own email triage skill. So these are my own logic and rules. So whenever you're working with any workflow, you need to come up with your own rules first. And everything else like newsletter, Beehiiv, make alerts, n errors, cold pitches get dropped. Doesn't matter if it's come from a real person, doesn't matter if email market is important. The question is always, do I need to do something or I was waiting for this? That's the logic. Now let's turn into a skill. First thing, you need to just come with your own logic and your own rules, right? So let me recap again. A skill in Cowork is a reusable set of instructions. Once it installed, you can trigger it anytime or we can schedule it to run it automatically. Claude follow the same logic every single time. I'm not going to write any code. I'm just going to describe my decision process in plain English and ask Cloud to convert into a skill, right? So I already writing my prompt here with my logic and my rules in a plain English. So we just need to go here and we can open a new task here or we can just do it here as well. So here is my rule. Okay, I want you to build an email triage skill, and here how it should work. Okay, so we just need to clearly define what we need to do, and just Claude Cowork run and convert it into a Claude.md text file that include the description and the step-by-step process, right? So first we want to check my email for a given time range, default to at least 6 hours if I don't specify. Okay, so it just go to my email and look for all the email that I received in the last 6 hours. Okay, filter out anything that obvious noise before reading it in full. Newsletter, Beehiiv, Substack, like all these things that I want to avoid. So I just mention here, and whatever everything that survive, we need to apply this test. So we have four options that I already told you. So we just come up with these four rules here, and for email the pass, so which email are passing here, show me who it's from, the subject and the direct gmail link, what needed and anytime is sensitivity, right? So keep it short, just we need a quick summary of it. And lastly, if nothing is actionable, say nothing. Silence means all clear, no, you have zero emails, no summary of what or filter and nothing. Write the skill.md install. I can install in the Cowork, right? So here I just in a brief I tell what I need, what are the my rules and the logic, and what are my constraint or the guardrails, right? And just ask it to create a skill for it. So we can do in this particular way, or we can have the conversation with Cowork and define each rule manually, right? But just short the video, I just define my own all the rules and the logic, and let's build a skill first. We can read our cloud.md, and then we can try to test this skill and see how it works. Okay, so this is going to be a good exercise when you are working with the skills and solving a use case. So we are just waiting to close the output of our skill.md, and once it complete we can talk more into about it, and you can add your own logic as well. So once this part is clearly defined, we can add one more connector like Slack or our Telegram channel, where it can just send us a summary, right? So right now we can do it manually by just simply come here, just give a slash command and run this skill, right? I will show you in a minute. But you can also automate the whole process as well, right? You can schedule the skills so it run automatically at your predefined time, right? In the next video I will talk about scheduled, and we can automate the whole process that we built today, right? So today we are just building a email triage skill, and we test the skill, confirm the output. If everything going good, then we can schedule for the automation and it can run automatically for us. So let it be create first the skill.md file. So you can see here on the right corner it created the task for itself, and right now they are writing the skill.md, and the file is created, you can see here. So if I click it here, at the top we have this description, right? And this is the important part, because whenever you're writing a prompt or just to give a quick brief, our Cowork scan your all the skill that you have and try to match with the description. So make sure your description is clearly right here. Okay, so we have the description here, then below the description we have the logic and the steps, right? I didn't write any of this manually. I described my thinking to Claude Cowork and it turned into a structured set of instructions, right? We have the step one that fetch over all the threads, the step two to avoid the noise filter, and drop a subject line contains about these things, right? So these are the constraints of the guardrails we have, and also we need an ABCD test. So we have these four logic here to come up with output, and in the output we need this, right? We need a sender name, the subject, one liner, and the link. This is all about, right? This is the first draft that it created, And when you're testing it, maybe something will look off to you, so you need to give a feedback to Cowork and it fix for you, right? So we have this for now. So if you see on the progress, it write this skill.md, then it run a test with the live invokes data, right? So you can see the data here. So these are not passing, and this is the survive, and this is include in the D category, inbound lead, right? And this is for A category. So it make a live test, and once it complete, it package and present the skill.file for us. Okay, so we have this email triage.skill, right? And this is the skill MD file for it. So this is way we can create a skill, and the we need to save a skill here. So skill is saved here, and now you can open a new task and just run a email try skill, right? So when you run it, it already know what it need to be do, right? Because all the description and the instructions are written inside this skill.md file. So you don't need to provide a whole prompt just for describing what you need to do, your logic, your rules, right? Because it's already written here. It searches your email threads and back to you by the summary that we need to do, right? So let it be run and see how it works. If you go here on my Gmail, I have multiple emails open here, and it just go through everything based on our rules and the logic, and it just give us the summary, right? So right now we have the summary in a text, and we just run this manually, right? But after it, we confirm the output, we have the output is consistent and the logic is correct. Then we can schedule this and send this same report to our Slack account, and it run automatically on your defined time. Okay, right? So if you see the output, right, we just provide this skill and it run here, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4 emails, right? So it avoid all the emails related to promotions, the social part, and the newsletter, the email that is I receive. It just go to my these 4 emails that I sent to myself just testing this, and you can see the result here. We have the name and we have the sender email. This is some quick summary about it, and this is an email link, right? So we can directly click it and just reply to it. So this is the short video about how we can define our own rules and the logic to just create an skill. And this is very useful for you, and in the next video I will show you how we can automate the whole process, so by using this schedule feature. Hope this video helped you. Thanks.